Now we're starting on the third portion, third part. We're starting on number 8. We're talking about Mamish, is the most amazing thing. Mamish, we're really totally one with the essence of godliness, and because of that, we're able to make this world a place that's a godly place for God to reveal His essence. To even much greater, we can make the place much beautiful and much more godly, much more amazing, by bringing the level of the essence of God into the world, because we're tied into God's essence. And even when we come down here, we're still tied into it. And we may say, the Rebbe says over here, he makes a kiddush, that this is also hinted in the Parsha Kisabah that we read in the continuation of this week's Seitzei. It says, Kisabah el Aretz, and although the true place of the soul is above the world, which is the land, nevertheless, not only does it leave there, when you will go out, and the Neshama goes out from being one with Hashem, rather furthermore, that it comes when you will come and enters and vests itself in the body that is found in Eretz, in the land, which is inium artzius, or materiality. In other words, the Rebbe says that it says, like it brings down that the materialistic body, what the body is made up of, is similar to the material of the material that the bodies of the nations of the world made up to. Therefore, it comes all the way down into this physical world and so foreign to it, so that it works into refinement of the world, that it should become in tune with the lowest realms. There's once a story I've heard. I think with my yard, there was a story. There was a king who was a good king. It was a wonderful king. It was just like what you would see that the Torah says a king's supposed to be. And he wanted to elevate his subjects were very spiritual, elevated. He would teach them. They were very civilized. And he wanted to, there was one country that was a group of people that were at the outskirts of his kingdom, and they're real savages. They're like really just totally, they had nothing in them of being refined. They were just really just like animals. Rough people, like you see cavemen or something. So the king wanted to elevate these people. If you would go in there, and you would be like a regular person, they would kill you. They didn't know what to do. So he realized, he talked with his advisors, and he asked his advisors, what can I do to elevate these people? So the only thing they came out with is you have to send people over there, and they'll live like them, and they'll feel like them, and slowly they'll elevate them. They'll have to be like part of them. So they think the only person they could send that could do such a possible, serious mission like this would be the king's only son. So the king thinks, he finally decides, he teaches his son, spend extra time to teach him the inner essence of his kingdom, of the philosophy, and he sends him there. And he said, so he was sitting there, and he had to live like a total savage, total like low level person, peasant, and he would do it. And so the king was a concerned king, a smart king, so he was always send like people over there to check out to see how his son was doing. So he saw his son was going down and forgot who and what he was. So he writes a letter explaining all the essence of everything, that when his son would look at it, he knew who and what he was. And so when he gets this letter and his son reads the letter, he gets so excited, and he starts passing out mashka, starts drinking mashka, and singing and dancing. And they thought that he was singing and dancing because he was drunk, but really singing because he remembered who he was, and he knew that if he would tell them it's because of the letter, they would kill him. Why bring this? This is a mashal. This is that the soul has to come down into this world and work in the world. And that's what we do. Right now we're changing the world and make the world that's going to be a place where the essence of God can reveal himself. And we do that dafka in the land. And through this it becomes the land. What's it mean? Ha'aretz, the land. With the letter of the hey, with the hey prefix denoting the known one. It is the special land, the land of Israel. Why is it called in the name of Eretz, land? Since Eretz, it's the same root in Hebrew as Ratzta, that it wants to do the will of its creator. But furthermore, the land which Hashem your God is giving you, whoever gives with generously. It's not giving. A person like giver gives for an inheritance. Hashem is giving this land. That is evident in the land that is a possession of the Jewish people, and in a manner of that you will inherit and settle in. What's it mean? Not only becomes your, but you settle in it. That it becomes a permanent place of the Jewish people, a place befitting to the virtue of the Jewish people, something that's fitting for us. We're very special. For since they are all one with the essence of God, they accomplish in the land, the lowest realms, that it should also be a dwelling place for the essence of Hashem. The emphasis is yet more in the continuation of the Parsha. What's it say further? And you should take from the first of all the fruits of the land. So this when we had to take the first fruits. The mitzvah of Bikurim, the mitzvah of getting the first fruits. That through the service of the Jewish people in refining the world, the true existence of the Jewish people is revealed in the world. Whoever we are, that we're called the Bikurim, the first fruits. As it says, that like a pig at the beginning of his writing, I have perceived your forefathers. It says that you were my first. Holy the Jewish people to Hashem, his first crop. Hashem, we're his first. And we're special. Called since that they preceded everything, being that they are one with the essence of Hashem, that we're mamish one with God ourselves. Therefore, through them, even thinking of that we're one with them, this is true. It just elevates you. Even thinking about how the essence of God was the essence of I'm mamish one with it. This is what the Rebbe is explaining to you. It's beyond belief. And since they the Jews preceded everything. And since the Jews preceded everything, and since they preceded everything, being that they are one with the essence of Hashem, and therefore that through them the land becomes a dwelling place for the essence of Hashem. Number 9. And befitting the content of the service's accomplishment, the reward of the service. What do we get for doing this? The reward of a mitzvah is a mitzvah. The reward of a mitzvah is the mitzvah itself. So what's it mean? You do something Hashem wants you to do. You put on tefillin, you help another Jew, you give tzedakah, and you get a reward in the future. And now we're going to talk about how that the reward is the mitzvah itself. That when you do something good, that doing good itself is a mitzvah. Because you did it, you go out, you help somebody. Your fact that you help somebody, you're helping somebody, it's the mitzvah itself, and you feel wonderful. Let's see how the Rebbe approaches this. And after that, the Rebbe explains that the ultimate purpose of the creation of the world is since Hashem desired to have a dwelling place for his essence in the lowest realms. He continues, and it is known that in the era of Moshiach, and especially when the dead will resurrect, will be resurrected, are the ultimate purpose of the creation of this world, which is the reason why it was created in the first place. The whole reason it was created was to have the complete redemption with all the dead waking up and becoming alive again, and continue where they left off to even higher and higher levels of Hashem, and continue in the next chapter. It says that this ultimate perfection of the era of Moshiach and the resurrection of the dead, which is the revelation of Hashem's infinite light in this physical world, is dependent upon our efforts in this physical world, which the revelation of Hashem's infinite light in this physical world is dependent on the efforts and the service throughout the time of Galus. For the cause of the reward of a mitzvah is a mitzvah itself. For when it is done, a person draws forth revelations of Hashem's infinite light from above to below to be vested in this physical world. In other words, what are we talking about here? The payment of the reward for the service is the content of the service, is what we're doing. Why? The revelation of a godliness in this world, so that his blessed be he, blessed essence will be a dwelling place in the lowest realm. So when we do a mitzvah, we're bringing down godliness. And based on this, we may explain the manner in which Hashem fulfilled the commandment of on the same day pay his wages. We said earlier that even though there's an idea that the reward will be in the times of Moshiach, and now is the time to do the work. But there's also a thing that he says you're supposed to pay the worker in its day. So what's it mean that when you do something, not only you're going to be Zocha and you make the world ready for the final redemption, but also it's the day you get something. What's it mean? For since through the doing of each individual mitzvah, revelations of Hashem's infinite light is drawn down forth in the world. Think about this. We're bringing down the essence of God. Right now we're doing a mitzvah, learning Dvar Malchus. Hashem's God is being revealed. That there's a payment of reward not only on the same day a mitzvah is done, on the same day he pays wages, rather also through each and every mitzvah individually, in a specific manner, a personal redemption or the like. Go over this, that through that a person does a mitzvah. And that is revealed, because Nimshak revealed the light of the or in Zov. Nimshak comes out, Sheyeshno Tashlum Eskar, you get paid. What's it mean? Lo rak mid yom yom b'yom titin skara elagam al yedei kol mitzvah b'fnei atzmo. But through each mitzvah you do, in the Inyan Prati, we have another. Every time you do a mitzvah, you're bringing down godliness. And you're bringing down a revelation of godliness, which is when God is revealed. That's a revelation of redemption. So you have and furthermore, and also important, that the main part of the reward is that it is the moment. Is that at the moment everything is locked in the box. Segurba Teva. And it says in other words, the reward that we get is locked in the box, is already in the possession of the worker, that are each and every Jew is Jewish. Moreover, it is in his power to open the box. Not only do I have the box, the reward of the greatness of Hashem being revealed, but I have the key to open it. That whenever he wants, through adding, how do I open it? I add another mitzvah, through which he tips the scale of the side of the merit for him and for the whole world, which causes salvation for him. Salvation of the true and complete redemption through Moshiach Tzidkenu, which then, in the end of the era of Moshiach, and especially when the dead will be resurrected, their word will be revealed. The revelation of Hashem's infinite light in this physical world, as the verse says, and the honor of Hashem will be revealed, and all flesh will see together. Now, the times of Mashiach, we're all going to see everything, even your flesh, your being, will like experience and see godliness. So it says this by doing one more mitzvah, one more bringing down the revelation of godliness. We bring down the whole complete revelation, like the Rambam, the Rebbe brings the Rambam, that you have to elect the world is in an evil point, and by doing one mitzvah, you raise the world to merit. In addition to receiving the reward in a matter on the same day he pays wages, there is also the reward of the righteous in time to come. Tomorrow to receive their reward. In the 7th millennium, the general reward is for the efforts and the service of all Jewish people, that throughout the generations of the 6,000 years that the world exists, including the reward of the service of Jewish people in the era of Moshiach, this will include that, and especially when the dead are resurrected, that all the Jewish people of all the previous generations, which specifically then will there be the service of Torah study and mitzvahs fulfilled at the height of perfection in Torah study. We're going to reveal at times of Mashiach, every kind of going to the most wonderful way of serving Hashem and doing what Hashem wants us to do at much high level, because it says there will be a new Torah insights will revealed to me. So we're going to even serve God in a much more deeper, amazing way, that the revelation of the deeper aspects of the Torah, the secret reasons and the hidden treasures, and regarding mitzvah fulfillment, in addition to the perfect fulfillment of all the commandments, also those that are dependent upon the entering of the land, inheriting and settling it. So also those mitzvahs we're going to do that to the land of Israel, and the building of the base of Mikdash. It's the mitzvah, and we also like the mitzvahs of Bikurim, that the additional perfection that the mitzvahs as you truly desire. That we're going to mamish be able to fulfill the mitzvahs in mamish a complete way. My footnote Seitzei says, once the complete refinement of everything in the world is with which mitzvahs are done, and it is accomplished, as well as the perfection of the person doing the mitzvahs. So what's he say? That we're doing everything in a complete way. Now we're number 10. In a deeper depth. We're going to look at this in a deeper way. I'm going to be even deeper, but we're going to see it. Not only is the reward immediately after the fulfillment of the mitzvah, rather there is even a foretaste and beginning of the concept of the reward found in the service itself. So what's he saying here? Therefore, it becomes for a payment of reward for a specific service due to obligation to pay his wages on that same day, moreover immediately at the beginning of a service. I'm going to do this over again in Hebrew and translate it. But in more depth. That we understand, that we hear, and then we see that there's an example of the reward in the service itself. Before we reach the time when we're going to receive, get paid back for the and be rewarded for all the particular service. Because Hashem was supposed to pay us, take of miyad particular savoda. So therefore, even though we're going to receive something, as soon as we start doing a mitzvah, in the beginning we get the reward. So according to this, we can say that service and reward are one in essence. That though the service of the Jewish people are one with the essence of Hashem, they accomplish the revelation of the essence of Hashem in the world. Indeed, this pertains to the state of before the beginning of the service, before creation, since before the creation of the world, he was the sole existence and filled this whole place in which he created the world. Only that a most essential innovation was added. What was added? Which for this reason the world was created, that through the service of the Jewish people, that God added this. He said, through our service in the world, who are one, that we are one with God, one of the essence of God, there'll be a revelation of the essence of God is brought about in the world, a dwelling place for His blessed essence in the lowest world. So we're saying here that this is that what we're doing is that we're bringing down the essence of godliness into this world. That even though we were mamish one with God before, we're bringing down a new level that it should be revealed now. And this phenomenon can and must be evident already at the beginning of the service. This, that we're bringing God's essence in this world, has to be the beginning. That the service of the Jewish people does not begin at the present state. Not that we're beginning right now, I'm sitting right now starting to serve Hashem, after the creation of the world and descent of the soul into the world. Rather with the state of the future. So what's our service come? Our service comes with the state of the future, the time to come, which is similar. So what's our service? Our service our service is onion of Moshiach, to live Moshiach, to be like the time to come, which is similar to the state of the past, what was prior to the creation of the world, for which this purpose it was created in the first place. That the true sense of the Jewish people, namely, that they are one with the essence of Hashem. With essence of Hashem, and was openly manifest before they descended below, is clearly evident that this, that we're mamish godly people, it's evident in us. And likewise, it is evident in the world that the state that when Hashem alone fulfilled, and likewise, it is evident in the world the state when Hashem alone filled this entire place in which He created the world, which through this it is easier to complete the intention of the creation through our efforts and the service to make a dwelling place for the Hashem below. So this is the Rebbe's explaining over here that by doing what we're doing. 1 second. So Rebbe's saying over here, around number 11, Rebbe's saying over here that By us, it's recognizable that we're godly people, that we are Hashem's special people. It's recognizable us that we're something special. A Jew is something when he won, he's a chosen people. And since it's recognizable and we have this, so therefore we can make a dwelling place for below. But we have to come and work and make the essence of here. It says, I've heard years ago from Rav Ginsburg, maybe 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it says, Elul todos Yaakov Yosef. And it says, these are the generations of Yaakov Yosef. So when it says, these are the generations, means it's a new time. And we see different places where it says in the Torah, these are the generations, the heaven, the earth, and the land, and the Shemayim Ba'aretz, the heaven and the earth, God created them. There was a new time. These are the and these are the generations of Noah. And then it says, these are the generations, I think, another one, I forget what it is. Finally, the place it says, is these generations, Yaakov Yosef. So it says over there, that the power from Yaakov to do his work in the world came from Yosef. And Yosef wasn't born yet. He was already doing the work from all the other. So it says, by a Jew, it says, according to learn from this, that we get our life from the presence, from the future. The Rebbe is saying here that we have to live like the future. We have to live not and do our service not from the level how the soul's already down in this world, but from the level that's beyond that, from the level of the essence of the soul before he becomes in the world. This is the type of level that we have to do, serving God now to make the world a dwelling place for the Eibishter. Never 11. Based on this, we may also explain the order of the Parshas Seitzei, Seitzei, and Kitabu, as emphasized in them being read on the same Shabbos. The sequence of the Parsha other parshas allude to the fact that they point out, they hint to the fact that the service of when you will go out to wage war with your enemy, which refers to our general efforts and service in the world, especially in the time of Galus, where we're raging war with the darkness and the Yetzer Hara, is done in a manner that when you will come to the land, immediately you will inherit and settle it. We're doing it in such a we're doing it that everything's done. We're the champions. Like I tell people, like like when you're at war, and not I mean by sports. So when you're at sports and you're doing and the whole year that the coach says, you got to eat well, you got to sleep well, can't run around. You got to make yourself because you want to win. So we have to prepare ourselves. But the final end, the final champion, he doesn't say that. He says you're the champions. Just go be who you are. So this is the Rebbe saying over here that we're at this special level, and that when even when we're in the world, that we already finished everything, and there's this level that we're the champions, that we're part of God ourselves, which refers to, so it says that when you come into the land, and immediately you inherit and settle it, which refers to the true and complete redemption but through Moshiach, namely, that also the service of the war in refining the world is in a manner of peace and tranquility, that since in the time of service today to toil in them, it is evident in the Jewish people that through them in the world, that through them, and it's evident in the Jewish people and through them, through us, that in the world, the state before the creation, which is, as mentioned above, the state of going out, as well as the state of the time to come when you shall come. So it says, let's go over this. Also the service of war and refining the world is in a manner of peace and tranquility. That since in the time of the service, what service? Today you should toil. Right now we're doing toil. Right now we're learning things. It is evident in the Jewish people and through them in the world, the state before the creation. So in this that we're serving Hashem, it's evident that we're mamish one with God, as before, which is, as mentioned above, a state of going out to war, a state of going out, as well as at the same time, the time to come when you will come. So we're both at both levels. Okay. Therefore, the service of war is with knowing that in truth it is not possible for an opponent to exist, since the state of it says you should go on your enemies. All of Yaakov. What's it mean? On you should go above. You should go above your enemies. What's this mean? And its purpose is that Hashem, your God, will place him in your hands, and then that which is going to give us over the captives. And furthermore, you will capture his captives of your enemy. And specifically, this alludes to the 288 sparks of the world of Tohu, the source of your enemy, that fell and were taken captive. In other words, it talks about in Chassidus, in the in Kabbalah, that there were that in this world there are certain sparks of kedusha, very holy sparks, which came down into this world and are very covered over. And our job is to take these holy sparks, this strong level of revelation of godliness, and to pull them out, like pulling diamonds out of the middle of the earth. And okay, the source of the enemy, this is the source of the klipa, is that fell and were taken captives, his captives, in the physical things that are in this world, which, in other words, every physical thing has sparks of holiness. That makes it stay in creation. Everything is sparks of holiness. Therefore, since everything has sparks of holiness, therefore, but some of it is totally hidden. And our job is to reveal this. And in the physical things that are in the world, which through the service of the Jewish people and their refinement, indeed you will capture his captives. We're taking the sparks of holiness, of Tohu, that we received also, that we will also receive the light of Tohu. Esav, a much higher level. The lights of Tohu is like the lights of strongness that can't be in this physical world because it's too strong. But now we are able to take it and use it, the Tohu of Esav, which are higher than the lights of Tikkun of Yaakov, as alluded to in what is written in the continuation of the Parsha. And it says, and the firstborn boy will be born to the disliked wife, that through, talking about you're going to have two children, and one, if he has one wife he doesn't like, and the firstborn is from that wife, that through the refinement of the opposing side of dislike, that people we will draw forth the lights of Torah that preceded the firstborn, the lights of Tikkun. Moreover, that the truth is revealed in the world that the Jewish people, Yaakov preceded the Bikurim, where the Bikurim were the first, and are higher than the world of Tohu. So we're beyond the world of Tohu and before the Tzimtzum, as is stated that before the creation of the world, only that it is drawn down and revealed in the world. So let's go over this again. What's the Rebbe say? Okay. That we're bringing down, by doing our service down in this world, we're revealing the lights of Tohu, which are much higher level than the lights of Tikkun, the lights, which is alluded to and is written in the continuation of the Parsha, that the firstborn born will be born to the disliked the wife. What's this mean? That through the refinement of the opposing side dislike, we draw forth the lights of Tohu, that it brings over there that wife he didn't like, so his kids not that he likes so much, but that's because it's hidden, that he doesn't understand it. So by revealing his essence, then the lights of Tohu that preceded the firstborn, the lights of Tikkun, so he's revealing what's before that. Moreover, that the truth is revealed in the world that the Jewish people, Yaakov, preceded Bikurim, and are higher than the world of Tohu, and before the Tzimtzum, as is stated, before the creation of the world, and only that it is drawn and revealed in the world. So basically, in general, we talk about Chassidus that talks about to bring the Geula. We have to take the lights of Tohu, which is, it says there was a world before this world, spiritual world before this world. In that world, the lights were so strong that they couldn't be being clothed in the world, the vessels of the world. And so they went back up, nothing, they were too strong, so they went back up to the source. And the vessels, which also very holy, had sparks of holiness, came down and fell down in this world. And so by us, by using the world for godliness and doing through Torah mitzvahs, we elevate this level of Tohu, this higher lights, and we're able to use it in our daily life. But the Rebbe says here, the reason why we do this is because in essence the Jew is beyond both levels. He's part of the God himself, he's the Bikurim. And furthermore, and also essential, that the service is with peace and tranquility. I'm going to stop right here.